Hi, my name is Dennis Bromley. I'm the Executive Director of Courage Reins. We're located in Highland, Utah on 12 beautiful acres. The facilities we have are world-class, which makes it very easy for us to serve our clients and their needs. Since 1998, we've helped thousands of people improve their lives. So our approach is to work with horses and volunteers. Our horses can connect with people on a level that nobody or anything else can. They're magical, special animals. We have people that are in wheelchairs, and it's pretty amazing to take them into the arena, and we have a wheelchair hoist that we can put them on a horse, and all of a sudden they're experiencing the same thing that you and I get to experience, and they get to have that freedom.
I have been associated with Courage Reins since about the year 2002. My oldest son, Justin, had a rare metabolic disease called 3-methylgluconic aciduria. There were just a handful of people in the country that had his type of disease, and his type of disease is neurodegenerative, and so your nerves die. We were trying really hard to keep him as healthy and as functional as possible for as many years as we could. So we looked into it and found Courage Reins. He loved horse therapy. His disease caused nerve damage in his eyes, so he had optic atrophy as well as hearing disabilities. And so we would sign to him, and before we would get in the car, I would say, Justin, we're gonna go ride the horsies. And when he would get excited, his legs would shake like this. Just the look on his face was priceless. It was just this really sneaky way of doing really intensive therapy for him. My little boy was never able to walk independently. We had walkers and we had standers and we had tricycles. We would support walk him. I can't even tell you how many hours, just trying to keep pressure into your joints and into those hip bones when you're on a horse. The gait and the way that your body moves is the same as if you were walking. And so without needing to walk, he was working those same muscle groups. There are lots of procedures, lots of therapies that you do that your child doesn't enjoy. And you have to watch them and say to yourself, okay, this is for their benefit, even though it's hard. This was different. It wasn't hard. It was joyful. And it was such a relief to be able to do something that's so productive and good for your child without it being drudgery. To give him as much function for as long as we could was really important.
Traditional physical therapy, the only fun part about him is that I get a prize at the end. And I think I get to do it with friends.
You're on your own, huh? With your therapist, and your therapist is kind of pushing you to do what you need to do. But if you can ride a horse and still exercise your legs, it really makes it a lot more fun. Yeah. When you go through a lot of medical things, your life is kind of like in somebody else's hands. You know, you have the doctors and the appointments and surgeries, and you're just kind of like, okay, like, what do I have control over? So to be able to have an opportunity to lead the horse, and be a partner, and I feel like it was really good for you.
From kids that struggle with anxiety or autism or other mental health challenges, they come here and it's just them and the horse. And they learn that they can interact with another animal and not be judged for who they are. Horses can't judge people. They give you very honest feedback, like, I don't like that. I don't want you doing that. But then we help them work through that situation, which then helps them build, better personal skills and communication ability.
I had my first horse before I could walk. Through undergraduate and then a lot of the experiences that I've had with equine-assisted psychotherapy, I've just really been able to connect with the tie horses have to the mental health industry, how they can really relate and connect and teach us so many skills. It's actually a really unique experience that not a lot of people get in traditional therapy. Clients get to drive their own goals, and it kind of depends day to day too if we need to shift those goals and what we talk about. But what we do at the very beginning is just a check-in, like how was your week since I last saw you? How did working on your goals that we worked on last time work out for you? And what do we need to change? And that's where that more traditional type of therapy plays in. And then we talk about those skills as they're actively working. And so we do things with horses. A lot of the skills that we teach directly translate to people's personal lives. One of the biggest ones that I notice is boundary setting. When I can help people work through boundary setting skills of like, this is my space, this is my bubble, and use those skills to keep this 1,200-pound animal out of your space over and over again. That, one, inspires confidence. Two, it creates like almost a muscle memory. It often will offset a lot of trauma that people have. We're trying to challenge negative core beliefs. We're trying to challenge thinking errors. And when you do it and have a great response from everyone consistently across the board, it really solidifies your confidence in that and why it's important.
I started working out at the prison, and through that, like, undiagnosed, I know I have PTSD just from like the things I've withdrawn from. Like, I was staring off, I was just kind of going through motions on everything, and Rachel was like, something's wrong. I realized how important it is to have that grounding factor in life. I was able to use Courage Reins' EGALA grant that they have for service members and the family of service members to do DBT, or dialectic behavior therapy. And it was just a huge, like, eye-opening moment where I got to see in my life how affected I was by the career I do, and knowing I can come here and get grounding and get pulled out of that trauma is really awesome.
My son passed away when he was almost 14, and I have worked with different programs with people with special needs ever since because I love them. When I saw that they needed volunteers, I just thought, oh, I get to be on the other side of the saddle now, because I remember how much those people meant to me.
Just that volunteer spirit is just powerful. They're really kind of the backbone of what we do. They add to that magic, and we wouldn't be here without them. We all love two things. One, our clientele, and two, the horses. And when we pair those two things together, we're able to accomplish a lot of things at Courage Reins. We have 12 to 13 different breeds of horses here. They all have different skills and abilities, and we look for training in some of them and their ability to connect with people. They have personalities just like we do. And so we like a diverse range of personalities because it fits our clientele better.
They're big animals. It takes a lot of courage to have someone rely so heavily and trust that this big animal is going to take care of them. It's a special place. I want Courage Reins to grow. I want the word to get out. There are a lot of parents who don't know that it exists or don't think that their child would maybe benefit. The therapy is amazing.
However people want to get involved, we're more than happy to have them. Whether it's volunteers, clients, donors, to us it's really about sharing our story and letting them find that magic and connect with us how they want to connect. For those that want to have their lives touched, they can find it here.
I wish everybody could have the opportunity to feel the horse effect that is there when you do that partnership. It's all about that partnership.
I think people kind of put horse therapy into a specific box, but it's so much more than that. I hope it gets bigger and bigger and more people get to experience what it feels like.